talk about if I don't have
Yeah. Wait, I gotta forget. I gotta remember when I would listen to these podcasts. Like when I saw our podcast start, episode 1, I loved how it took off. It just took off with me saying like a definition of something, which was dope, and then I introduced us. But also like, I'm caught between podcasts that are super valuable and professional, and then other ones that are straight upside down, inside out, and there's no rules. And I like them both. And I didn't mean to start like this, guys, but
I think they're two different styles, like, but they provide value in two different ways. One is more like entertainment. The other one's like straight up.
Could I read? You know what? Watch this. This is how we start in this podcast today. Welcome, everybody. You are listening to the Paid to Post podcast with Chris Porter. I got Gabe back in the house, and I just wanted to read something to Gabe real quick because, I'm building this podcast in front of all of you, right? So everything's not planned. Giving crazy value, but the building of it is not planned. And I just want to read this to you because this is what I wrote for the bio before I published our first episode this week. You got to put the name of your podcast and you got to put, what is this thing about? What is this, right?
Yeah, I get it.
This is it. Welcome to Paid to Post with Chris Porter. This podcast is where business meets entertainment. Chris is a hit recording artist turned creative strategist and content coach who is an expert at storytelling, brand building, and creative direction. On this podcast, you'll learn how to build your brand, get more customers, and make more money, all through the power of understanding and creating the right type of content for your business. These powerful conversations will eliminate your self-doubt, spotlight opportunities that frequently go unseen, and accelerate your growth in business and life. High value, great information, and some good laughs. Welcome to Pay the Post.
All right. How much of that How much of that did you write yourself, and how much is ChatGPT?
You know what's funny?
What?
98% was all me.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
That's good writing.
You know what I've been noticing?
Yeah.
I used to think, for me, not anybody else, ChatGPT was cheating, like faster information. You could just type up anything you want. Because of me using ChatGPT and understanding and getting the rhythm of how it answers me, I'm becoming a better thinker because I'm starting to think like ChatGPT.
Like ChatGPT?
More structured.
Yeah.
Yes.
ChatGPT helps me with structure. But then once I get a structure, I go in and like fine tune it and like
put your flavor.
Yeah, customize it. Yeah.
But
take
now
the generic out,
I'm starting to think in structure like chat. So I wrote that in probably like 5 minutes and I was like, how did I write this?
No, I get it, dude. The Google, internet, ChatGPT, all of this, bro, has changed the way humans think and function for sure, dude. Like an AI is just going to keep getting crazier and crazier.
Listen, so now you guys know what the podcast is about, and it's said in such an articulated way, right? But it's episode number 8, and we still haven't published one of these. But when we drop, we're going to drop. We're going to drop frequently. And today I only have one note.
This is already 8?
This is 8. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And we're going to have a party for 10. 10's going to be a special episode.
Yeah,
we might even DJ live.
We'll probably have 10 before episode 1 even drops.
No, I'm dropping. I'm dropping before 9. All right. My first little thing I want to talk about, not little at all, but the perception of legitimacy.
Okay.
All right.
Break that down further, though.
The perception of legitimacy.
I think I know what it means, but
right.
Yeah.
I mean, it means your brand. What does your brand communicate? Right. We were working on the cover to this podcast, and people just think you put your face, you put a smile, and you put the title. But there's a lot that goes into that because you want to communicate certain things. And if there's 100 podcasts with 100 different covers, there's hundreds of thousands. But if there was even 100 or even 10, and you never heard of them before, they never marketed to you, why would you click on one? Yes, you would read what each are about, but if they were all equal in what they were speaking about, you would judge a book by its cover.
So how did you word that? The perception of what?
The perception of legitimacy.
Okay.
Am I saying legitimacy, right? Legitimacy.
Yeah. I think you're saying like people tend to listen to the authority on the subject matter, right?
Right. And sometimes they are the authority, but don't have their brand right, so they don't look like the authority.
Right.
Even though they have all the bars in the world.
Right.
And then other times, these people know nothing, but everything's put together so well. Right. It tricks you into thinking they're an expert.
100%. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I just want to talk about the things that were important to have in your brand that you're putting out on social media or anywhere, on your website, on your LinkedIn. And it all needs to be synchronized. If you don't know what synchronized means, it all needs to be the same person, the same. Yes, it should be the same colors, the same vibe, the same brand, the same character. Like we're talking about my picture looking like I'm just smiling regular, and the other guy's having a bunch of fun, and it's communicating two different things.
Right. Well, what I didn't know about the online world is when trying to sell something, right? There's like a certain structure to each video, like a hook, promise, and then by the end of the video, you like deliver on the promise, right? But it's like I didn't know that structure at all before. You know what I mean? So I'm not necessarily just selling a course, just trying to sell anything online. You're kind of like trying to sell transformation, right? Like as a coach, that's what you're selling. And I didn't know any of that. So I think a lot of it, I've had this conversation with you before. A lot of my issue before was like a translation issue. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like, that you can deliver on the promise, but I didn't even know that I was supposed to like do the hook and then make a promise.
Right, and all the translation communication thing you're talking about is also like what to say and what to do. But that's why I started with the how things look, because that's the first translation people are getting.
Oh, you're talking about appearance.
Yeah, I'm talking about what they see when they pull up before you even watch this. You said hook. Love that you said that.
The first 3 seconds.
Because I thought you were going AWOL for a second, but
no. You always think I'm going AWOL. Yeah. There's a point though. I just got to come back around and like make the connection. But
so the first hook of a video is what you see.
Oh, it's not necessarily like even what you say in the first.
There's 3 types of hooks when a video pulls up.
Okay.
Right?
Break that down.
There's the visual hook. Mm-hmm. There's the audio hook, what you hear or what's said first. And then there's what I call, I wish I had a better saying for this, but then there's words on the screen hook, what you read.
Okay, let's do one at a time. So break down the visual hook. What's
the visual hook is whatever they see. So they're scrolling, boom, you pop up. For instance, before I sat down, I didn't have this jacket on. For the people who are watching, I'm wearing like a red jacket, and I have another shirt under it with different colors.
It just pops a little more.
It popped way more than without the jacket. When I sat down with a jacket, all of a sudden I looked at, some of the video, and I was like, whoa, this jacket pops. So even what you're wearing matters. And I'm telling you, I hate that it matters. But I can show you drastic differences in videos that just pop. You swipe and boom. You don't know it's subconsciously happening to you, right. But boom, that kept you for a little longer. Maybe how their background was or what they were doing with their hands. Like she might have been pouring tea. That's why people are always doing something. I
don't find myself like stopping because of that, but it's probably subconscious.
It's not, you're not doing it on purpose. You're not like, I stopped because she's pouring tea. Yeah. It's boom, shirt, tea pouring, and she's saying, this is how you prevent your kid from burning their hand. And you're like,
right.
Like it got you. It held you. And then there's layers of hooks, meaning like everyone thinks a hook is the beginning of your video. That's correct. But that's just your first hook.
Right. And that's another thing that I had to learn. This is what I mean. Like when I'm saying what I had to learn is like format, like hook. And then there needs to be a hook in the middle. I never even thought of that. Right. Like to watch
hook
the rest
in the middle. No, there needs to be a hook for any time you feel like energy or visual is dipping. And literally, you don't have to do this. Sometimes you can sit in your car and go viral, right? We all know this. But if you're trying to get better and you're trying to carefully craft a video, because that's what we all want to do is get better, is I like the hook to be every 5 seconds.
That's a lot of hooks, man.
Pow! That's how you knock somebody out. That's how you knock somebody out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jab, right hook.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, sure. And that's
But I understood the jab, right hook concept. Like, on individual videos, but you're talking about like within one video. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I mean, jab, right hook is your whole career, right? It's really for your whole life. Right. But I take it in terms of the video. Like the hook has to come first. So it ain't jab, right hook. It's right hook, jab, right hook, move.
All within the same video.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Move out the way. But that's also what type of creator you're gonna be. If you're a business owner that's not trying to be an animated a half of a filmmaker, like where I'm going, then there's other ways you can do that. Your hook might be how beautiful your video looks because you went for a little more cinematic vibe and you're just pouring tea into a cup and you see the steam coming up and the words say opening later today. And you're like, oh, babe, let's go get some coffee.
Yeah, but that's still the vibe they're trying to sell. That probably the context of that would pertain to whatever like the product or
right. They don't need to do all those cuts.
Yeah.
Because all those cuts would be the opposite vibe of going to their coffee house.
Right.
Their coffee house is not over colorful and over energetic. It's no, come around the corner, come relax, have a sip of tea, have a drink of coffee, which is what I mean by what was my opening statement? Legitimacy, the appearance. But yeah, you want to.
So we're still on the first one, right? You're still talking like straight up appearance. Like before even anything is said.
Yeah, because that's what your eyeballs, bro. It's what your eyes see. And sometimes you're not talking. We're talking about video. That's what we normally talk about. But we were just talking about the cover to the podcast or anybody's podcast or anybody's book.
Right.
Or anybody's anything, a movie cover, whatever you're selling, right? How your storefront looks.
Right.
People see you pull up. We like cool cars because they look cool. Before they make a noise, before we know how fast they go, before we know how much they cost, we're like, ooh, mom, look, cool car.
Right.
And it already makes an impression on you when you see it right away. Right. And so you have to be aware of what impression you're making, more so what impression you want to make, and then curate that for, as we always talk about, your character that you want to be.
Right.
Because you could be the funniest person in the world and dressed in a square suit. And you're like, what? Say what?
Right.
Or you could be the most serious person in the world, like the most serious man of all time. But if you dress like a clown, like literally in a clown suit, we're not going to take your serious word serious.
Right.
So what we're really talking about is your brand packaging.
Right.
How's it look? How's it feel? How's it smell? Like you've been wearing hoodies all the time to the podcast. Now you're wearing a leather jacket with sheep on the dang collar.
Yeah.
Right? So
well, that's just because New Jersey weather too, but
no. And it's all good.
I would say I was never really a hoodie person, but
you can do that because like your brand might be wild, but I'm not saying that it's a big switch or whatever.
Right.
But what I've been noticing is that the people who show up looking the same literally end up being a character, and they're way more identifiable in the marketplace, and people tend to cling to them more. Like if I say Alex Hermosi, you know he's going to be wearing a tight shirt with his hair down.
No, he's always like in a tank top or something.
Yeah. A cap on his head, some tight shorts. He's a gym.
Actually, that's a great freaking example of this subject matter because that's the first thing that stood out to me about him. I actually didn't want to listen to him because of his appearance, which is the crazy part. I just looked at him as just like some juice head. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when I sat down and like gave it a real chance, I was like, no, this dude is saying some real stuff. He's giving like legitimate advice. And then I started taking him more serious. But I actually got thrown off by the appearance, by the, you know, like the Diesel kind of like juice head appearance, and always just having a tank top and stuff like that. But then I learned that he actually like owned gyms, like that made sense. Then you know what I'm saying?
It's not a mistake.
Yeah.
He could wear anything. When's the last time you seen him wear a regular T-shirt?
Yeah. That's what he said. Like, I think the first thing where he made his first millions was like
the gyms.
Yeah, he had a couple different gyms.
So that's his character.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
So he kind of stuck to that. Now he's more like a business guru, but stuck to like the gym guy kind of character. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because there's a physical identification. Then there's a verbal, what you talk about. That's what I'm saying. They're different things, but all those together are your character.
Yeah, but
Like-
but even though he's like a business guy, a business guru kind of guy, I don't see him in like suits and like, you know what I
Because
mean?
that has
Like,
nothing to do with business. That's something that they put in our heads.
right.
It has nothing to do with business.
Right. But he just never switched up. He stuck to that same character.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm talking about this is because he's already spoke about this. It's purposely. One, if you know what you're wearing for the next 15 days, it's really easy. It makes life a lot easier. Right? And two, you become this identifiable character. It works better than, like, Gary Vee is going to be in a t-shirt. It may not be as structured as Hormozy, but like there's a thing to it. How about this?
Yeah, Gary Vee is like a t-shirt, a dad hat, and just cursing, just dropping like F-bombs as soon as the video opens up. Like, yeah.
The profanity is part of his brand.
Yeah, he like does it on purpose at this point. Yeah.
He loves it. No, but I think it's genuine with him, and he didn't change it. People were asking him to, but he didn't change it. Like, no, this is me. This is who I am. This is part of my character. When I explain things, I like to emphasize with a big fat F, and people seem to love it because it makes me even more genuine.
Right.
You know, or at least appear to be.
So you think there's a benefit in that, showing up the same?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I do. I think I don't think it. I know it. Watch this.
But without like being a character as well, right? Like, you think there's some aspect of that image that's like their genuine self too, like that's who they really are.
Like I said, we spoke about this heavy last time. The answer to what you just said is yes, but only because they made it to the side where the real them exudes out of whatever character they're portraying.
Okay.
It's way easier for you to be a character first, and then the real you is going to leak out anyway, and that's what's going to make you awesome.
Right.
If everyone in the world that I pointed the camera at and I said, "Go ahead, be yourself," they're like, "I don't even know what that is."
Right.
But if I say, "Hey, be like this, be like this, be like this," and they continuously do that, who they really are is going to shine anyway because they are that person. There's no hiding you.
Right.
Just because you're acting like a character, there's no hiding you. For instance, going back to the physical look of things, if Batman pulled up in an all red bright suit, we'd be like, "Ugh."
Okay.
The first thing we say is like, what happened? Is he like the devil Batman now?
Yeah.
Is he the mean? Look what we would say. Is he the mean Batman now? Mm-hmm. Is he like the devil Batman? Because we see red as being a more aggressive color, and he's always been in the black suit. It throws us off. What if he came in a purple suit, a purple and pink suit?
Well, there's definitely a whole psychology to just like colors.
Color theory,
and like fast food restaurants use certain colors.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a whole psychology to that for sure.
Right. So like your how you come off appearance, it doesn't mean you have to overanalyze it in the beginning. I think it's important just to start making content first, get comfortable making content, and that develops over time. But you should be aware of it because I think it helps, and I actually think it helps in a big way.
And this is just the visual aspect. You said there's two other aspects, right? The second one, what was the second one?
Well, we talking about hooks, right? But your visual, but it's all the same thing, right? Because it's what you perceive when you see a brand.
No.
Person.
I'm saying like what makes you were saying like the perception of
legitimacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you said there's like kind of like three steps to that. You said there's the visual aspect and there's the.
Well, no. See, let me split it up because we're talking about two different things. The appearance of legitimacy is different from the three types of hooks. The three types of hooks were visual, audio, what you hear, and then words on the screen, what you read. Mm-hmm. Right? We'll get back to legitimacy. Let's finish the hooks. So what you see, we went through, right?
Right.
What you hear, like what you're saying and how you deliver what you're saying. Right? Mm-hmm. Are you always high energy and lively like I am on camera? Are you always super dry and boring, but that is the pull to your character? Some people like that teacher from back in the day that was like, "Okay, class, open up the section 1-5." Like
Bueller.
Right, but
Bueller,
yeah, but that might be your style that people actually fall in love with.
Right.
But if one day you're like,
made like a whole career just being that character, basically.
Right. So if one day you're like, "Okay, guys," and the next day you're like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen," it's kind of like, what is this nerd doing, bro?
Well, there's a consistency there. So, and both you're emphasizing consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what was the third one?
What you read in terms of hooks.
Right.
Right? Because you're seeing something someone saying something, and then you could be reading something. Most of the time, saying something while you're reading something, that's not you want. You're like overlapping the hook. So most of the time, that hook works best when the person's not speaking, right? You're just like doing something, and words on the screen will say something.
And people even use similar type captions, similar colors all the time, all of that, right?
Some people do that, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's important because watch this. The filmmaker people, where their visual is going to just look way richer and way more professional, way better. Their captions are way simpler, white, like on TV, closed captions. Yeah. They're not going to go crazy. Then the people who are just talking on camera regular have like the big flashy captions because they don't have the beautiful image. And that's their way to try to like.
Do you think it's better? I land on some timelines sometimes, and it seems like every single video looks the same. Like the same vibe, the same kind of coloring, the same type of captions, the same type of outfit.
Can you name what you're looking at? A specific
person?
No, but like name the type of videos you're talking about. Because my algorithm's not your algorithm.
It seems some people just format the entire page for every video to pretty much look the same. Is that beneficial? Like the whole entire page has like one consistent vibe?
You mean like when you're on someone's profile and you see all the squares of their videos,
the timeline, and
it has a vibe to it?
So
the aesthetics of your profile.
The whole entire thing is the same. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real.
You think that matters at all?
I like art, so when people do it right, I think that's fire.
It looks nice. That's what I'm saying, but
no, it doesn't matter.
Business wise, it doesn't benefit you.
You don't get to their page like, yo, now I'm really gonna buy something.
So people are just doing kind of that aesthetic because they're creative and they want to.
It does, yes, but I'm gonna keep it real though. Like, what did we say? Because I'm saying this wrong. I said it once in the beginning. The perception of legitimacy, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you just described. Is a perfect hook for the perception of legitimacy. Right? So there's two people. There's two Chris Porters. They both make great content. They both want you to be their client for helping you grow your personal brand on social media, right? Mm-hmm. You're like, bro, they're exactly the same. The prices are the same. You go to one's profile and it just looks so together. Same color, same lettering. That makes a difference. It's not important, but if you're asking me, does it make a difference? I mean, if...
You think it makes people feel like he got this stuff together, like the whole brand, like uniformed kind of thing.
Because even though it doesn't mean big with how much you sell, to the people you're selling to, it communicates to them, oh, he got his ish together.
Yeah.
He's organized. He might not be making $5 from that page, but when they see it like, oh, he's organized, I want to be organized.
That's what consistency is about too. I finally realized this too. When you're building a community, when you're growing your, like, let's say fan base, I don't even like using the word fan anymore. I think that's like a dated word. That's a whole different conversation though. But let's say like you're building your community.
But keep that there, because don't keep it there, but I want to come back to the fan thing. But go ahead, keep it in your community.
You got to show up for them. You know what I'm saying? And the showing up for them continue. Once they like follow you and they're like, that's my guy. And then you just disappear for 3 months or 6 months. You're kind of like breaking that trust. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's like your girl just getting up and leaving for 6 months. Yeah. You guys were in love. You were making macaroni and cheese together. That's
what I'm saying.
Going to drive-in movies.
I don't think enough people understand that because they think like no one's watching. I don't know what it is, but people feel like they could just disappear.
And this is most important when you're growing. So even if 50 people are watching you and you were thinking 1,000 should be watching by now, and you leave those people alone, that is the stupidest decision.
And then when you come back, you got to start from scratch, essentially. Yeah.
And let me say this. I get how you feel about the word fans. And I was over that word too, especially coming from the music industry. In my life, in my mindset, that word is back and more important than ever.
Why?
Because
I feel cringy when artists is like, all my fans come through. Like, I don't.
It's cringy when the artist is not big enough to say that.
I don't even picture Beyonce.
Are you a KRS-One fan?
I don't know.
It would behoove you just to say
not
yes.
A man
this
fan.
Is recorded.
I respect his art.
I'm not a man fan. I'm a man's man. Bro, you're a fan. Stop it, bro.
No, there gotta be a better word.
You're a fan of Brazilian music and hip hop. You're a fan.
I don't like the word fan, bro.
A fanatic.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a wild word, bro.
But it's come on, bro. This is the problem with.
I appreciate people's art, and I like, you know what I mean.
You're being too manly right now.
No,
you can't be a fan of something or somebody.
I don't even think Beyonce would say like my fans.
Of course she does. She has a fan club. They all do. It's literally called their fan club.
No, she doesn't say it out loud. Does she say that?
Of course.
Like to all my fans?
Her fans have a name. It's the Beehive.
Right.
You're talking about the most rabid fans of all, the Beehive.
I guess, man.
Rihanna has the Navy.
But that's
the
still,
Swifties.
But she's still an older artist, right? Like, is that concept still like relevant for the younger artists?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Why do I feel like the word fan is like dated?
It's not. I think. Well, let's take it off artists for a second. In the business world, I think that's what you really want.
Fans?
Yeah.
I like the word community better.
It's cool, but it's cool to us because, to me, that's the word that annoys me now, because all the business people, you got to build a community and bring it. Yes, of course. The community there, and every person in your community is there because they're a fan of you.
I guess.
Because guess what? Back to the two people having the same services.
But I figured out why I don't like the word fan.
Yeah.
It just feels like egotistical and self-serving, while rather like community feels like we're like building together. Like, does that make sense?
Sure, it does make sense. But each person from that community, before they were there, chose your community and not my community because they were a bigger fan of you. If we're selling the same thing, the reason why they go with Gabe instead of me is because they identify with some human characteristics, or maybe how you run your family, or how you dress, or how you talk. And bro, I'm Brazilian. I'm going with the Brazilian guy.
I'm cool with that though. Like, that's being like relatable. Like,
yes.
Okay, but
I think you're putting
the fanatic thing is still crazy.
I think you're putting too much old school energy into the word fan. I just mean like, if you ask me who are the top people I follow right now, I'm gonna say I'm a fan of theirs. And you know what's funny? Like you, I'm more comfortable at saying I'm a fan of somebody who's like more on the come up. Because I feel like me being a fan of theirs is the fire that's going to help them go to the next level. As opposed to
maybe it's just me. You know what else word I don't use?
Are you a fan of Jesus?
I wouldn't say a fan.
You're going to say a follower. Oh, yeah. My gosh. So you like when people say, oh, shout out to all my followers. That's worse than fans.
You know what word I don't like either? Idol. Like when people say that, like a grown person says, that's my idol. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, but guess what? In the business world, you know what word you say 800 times a day?
What?
It's the same thing. That's my mentor.
Right? No, but mentor is nice though. Like, I'm cool with that.
I hate when people say that.
You don't like the word mentor?
I hate it.
Why?
I feel, you know what's so funny? We're switching roles. I feel the same way about mentor that you say fan.
For real?
It feels like you're saying my daddy. Hold on. I can't figure this out.
No, somebody could be your mentor though. That's like your teacher. Like you're like
no. Listen,
they put you on. Like they guided you.
You are right. Listen, guys. A lot of things I'm gonna say on this podcast, I know I'm wrong, and I'll tell you I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you what it feels like to me.
Right.
Like when people say, "Hold on, I'm not sure. Let me call my mentor." I'm like, bro, this guy's calling like.
I call people my mentor. I like guys that are older than me who like have more experience in the game and like teach me a lot. Like I could use the word mentor for that.
No, it's fine. It's real. Like I'm gonna probably have a mentorship. Like
that's what we are.
I just don't want my people to call me.
As coaches, we're mentors.
I'd rather you just call me the coach.
Right.
You're coaching me.
Right.
Like if you're not teaching me Taekwondo, you can't be my mentor. Like. You can be my coach.
I guess okay.
It's just words.
But the way you described fan, right? I understand. Like you have your own definition, and I guess you just meant like people connect with you. You're more relatable to them.
You're not my fan. You're not a fan of me. That's crazy, bro.
I don't know.
I'm a big Gabe fan. That's crazy.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
That is just I think the new definition of fan should be like how you feel toward a friend, even if you don't know them in real life. Like for instance, like it's just rooting on somebody and want them to win. It's the reason why
I like that though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
like this is my people.
Yeah, bro. Like when I see one of the camera guys on YouTube, like when I see Peter McKinnon, I'm a Peter McKinnon fan. I like the whole rustic thing in the trucks and the nifty cameras.
I get what you're saying. So like a fan is like you support everything they do because they're like you're like this is my guy.
Yes,
like,
it's like my tribe. It's and then the community is what develops around that fandom.
Right.
In this community, we all wear cowboy boots,
and that's what a fan club is. That's what it was back in the day, right? Like the fan club.
But the community now is even better because now the community talks amongst each other. And they're cool with each other and they grow with each other. Before it was like,
see, but that's what I feel like is different nowadays, right? Like that's why I like shifted from the mindset of like fans to like this community aspect. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just like the wording better.
No, community is the right word.
Right.
Community is what you're building. Community is the most important thing. I'm just saying the people in your community are fans of you.
That could be. Yeah, that could be.
Don't get twisted. You can go to school and have a teacher you don't like, but you have to be there. But in a world where you can now pick your teacher, you kind of want to like the person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what I mean is if someone, that's why they say you want to be someone people know, like, and trust.
Right.
That like part comes from them identifying the way you talk, the way you move, the way you dress, the way you shop, and be like, the way you communicate. I'm a fan of this guy. I like Gabe, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because sometimes somebody could have the information for you, but you don't like them. Bro, I really want to learn how to ride.
I think that's the majority of people. I think it takes a lot for you to be a fan of someone. I think it takes a lot, right?
I think
you're not a fan of the majority of people online. Like you're going to be a fan of a handful of people. So it takes a lot to become an actual fan. You know?
I love this direction we're going, even though I want to get back to the parents of legitimacy. And we can get back there with this, right? Doing things, saying things, and showing things that separate you from the pack helps get followers / fans / attention, people who want to stay with you. Because now the world of social media is, even if you see a especially interest media, someone you don't follow and their video pops up and you love the video and you're like, I might want to see more of this person, and you go to their profile and you got about 5 seconds to be like, do I want to follow or not follow? Most people are not following new people like they used to.
Right.
They're real careful with who they follow.
Right.
Why? Because there's so much an abundance of creators now. It's like, yo, I already follow 15 fitness people.
Right.
If you're not doing something completely awesomely different or unique, why do I want to swipe up and see another person teaching me how to do squats?
Like you used the example, you asked me if I'm a fan of KRS-One. You're talking about somebody that I've been listening to for 30 years. Like, so how many times did he show up and deliver who has like 30 albums out that I've been like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like delivering over and over and over. And it's just that consistency. It's like, that's the dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when you become like a fan. I think it takes a lot to be an actual fan of someone. Even if you do something really cool or awesome, I'm going to need to see you do that like 5-10 more times.
And that's that's the same thing with running ads. That's the same thing with making content.
Yeah, dude.
You brought it right back to it, because that's what gives you the legitimacy. It's not always how good you are. It's like, I see this person so much, he's got to be good at something. He's got to be somebody somewhere, because why would I be on the 200th video?
That's what I mean. The Alex Mosey, like I didn't even want to listen to him just because of his appearance. Like,
you got no choice,
right? He gave me like this, like this, like this juice head kind of appearance.
Yeah,
and I just, what I mean. I typically don't want to listen to a dude like that.
Right.
But he kept showing up, and then sometimes there'd be like nuggets of great information. And then I sat down and watched like a whole Oh, this is what sold it. I remember now. I sat down and watched like a whole YouTube lecture, like a really long one, like 30 to, but that's after seeing a bunch of little nuggets, right? And then I sat down and watched probably like an hour or something. He did like a little lecture and gave phenomenal like business information. And I was like, oh, this dude is like legit. The appearance actually just like threw me off. But the amount of times he's showing up on my timeline is just like bananas, you know? It's like crazy.
Right. And even though he's the GOAT right now, there's other people that make crazy money doing the same thing as him. Mm-hmm. But because he's physically identifiable of who he is,
his
built
look definitely stands out. Yeah,
look is one of the reasons, but then his culture and how he talks and how he breaks down his information, and you become part of his tribe.
Right.
I like tribe. Right.
I like that too. That's kind of, I like the word tribe, like find your tribe kind of thing. Yeah. That's real.
Because community, tribe is in the center. Tribe is the baby of community and gang.
Right.
Gang is too hood. Community is a little too square. Tribe is like, all right, that's like right, you know, that's sexy.
Yeah, but gang is also like ride or die. I like the word gang too.
That's a Porter gang. Kick. You know what I'm saying?
I remember we were having like a conversation about what do you consider a friend, or like what do you consider like loyalty, like your definition of loyalty.
Was this on the podcast? Or?
No, it wasn't on the podcast. This was like a personal conversation we were having, and that's the word you used. You were like, because he's just gang, like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like down for whatever.
Yeah, like down with the gang. Like once I love that you said that, because there's a difference between being a fan of and being down with the gang.
Right.
A fan is I'm gonna go support you wherever you are. A gang is you can call me 3 o'clock in the morning and tell me, meet me at the hospital. We got stuff going on. I need your help. That's part of the gang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, legitimacy, perception of legitimacy, right? So how much you show up. Forget about how you look. We talked about how you look, right? Finding some type of identifiable thing, whether you wear your hair like this all the time or a hat like this all the time, or there's that branding works. And then 2, just consistently showing up is the legitimacy. That is the perception of legitimacy.
That's what's going to build trust.
I bought 7 different courses since Black Friday. Not one of those people I bought from do I follow. Not one of those people that I bought from did I see things once, meaning I saw like 7, 8 posts from them, or ads. Really,
you told me like all the things you buy have been from ads.
Have been from ads
because it keeps popping up on your timeline.
Right, but it's been from ads that I've seen 7, 8, 9 times, and I'm like, damn. If this guy knows how to retarget correctly, and I've seen it all the time, and the ads are different, it's not the same ad.
They're spending some money too.
Yo, he must be legit. She must be legit. Mm-hmm. It's $40. Let me get it. Now, how many people hit that $40 that day?
Right.
Whether the product's good or not, they convinced me through their consistency that they were legit. They gave me the perception of legitimacy.
And something about they're spending some money, number one, right? I don't know how much money.
But just keep in mind, we know that because we're in that world. From the outside view, it's just like this person's everywhere all the time on my timeline.
Right. And then they probably know the type of content you already consume, right? Mm-hmm. So they're going to pitch you more of that, which is creators, you know what I mean? Like content creators and stuff like that. So all those reasons, they're popping up on your timeline time and time again. And then, you know what I mean? If they say something that clicks with you, or you like how they look, or you think the girl's cute, whatever it is, that's going to make you like watch more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For all those reasons, I totally get it. I get it. You know what I mean?
Now let's talk about digital real estate as part of your perception of legitimacy. You could be going crazy on Instagram.
That's a lot of big words. Digital real estate.
Yeah. Let's talk about your digital real estate.
Okay.
How much you have of that being one of the forms of your perception of legitimacy.
You're talking about online catalog essentially.
Well, I'm talking about the locations in plural of your catalog. So let's say someone is crazy hot on Instagram. You see him all the time. You're like, oh, he's
but then they have no TikTok presence or whatever.
Right. So it's like, yeah, it's like where your stuff is, because certain people aren't going to mess with you unless you have a LinkedIn, because they're from the business world. They're from the old school. But guess what? They got 5 times the amount of money to spend with someone like you because it's pumping through their company. They're not a TikToker, and they're kind of only on Instagram once in a while. But like,
that's like the corporate world. It's
right.
Like LinkedIn.
So you think it's all about being a creator and being on Instagram or TikTok, and this person's looking at you like, yo, but where's his LinkedIn? And then Gabe has the LinkedIn up, and it looks the business way. Still has the essence and the branding and everything from all the other platforms, but it's like, oh, he's legit. The perception of legitimacy. He still could have a trash product, be a trash person, but because he had that real estate, that digital real estate, that his competition didn't, perception of legitimacy.
Yeah, but a trash product is like a bad restaurant with good marketing, you know? Like
That's what I mean.
I don't think they're going to be around for long, because as soon as a couple people taste the product, the word gets out, you know, then it's like word of mouth and stuff like that. But
so does Burger King make good food?
It's I like the Whopper. The Whopper's fire.
Okay. So they have 1 or 2 good things out of this 30.
Dude, I think the Whopper is what keeps Burger King open, because I can't think of anything else.
That's a great another conversation to say, because your one superstar product could blast off your whole brain.
Honestly, I have no other reason. I don't know why people go to Burger King besides that.
But whether they stay around or don't stay around, it's kind of not applicable. Some people are here just to get the bag and run anyway. Mm-hmm. It's just showing that they were legit. Obviously, everyone buying anything, especially if it costs real money, you should do your due diligence anyway to properly vet what you're about to get into. But on the surface, I'm just talking about how your brand is packaged.
Well, you did bring up a legitimate point. I do like the Whopper, but your point is legitimate, because McDonald's is not the greatest food. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm so glad you brought up McDonald's. We all love when we drive past McDonald's and we smell it. Can't help it, right? The fries.
You know what stops me from going to McDonald's though? The way it makes me feel after I have it. Like, McDonald's really makes you feel like crap. Like, it's so bad. It's not even like real food, especially in America. I don't know if McDonald's in like other countries uses like better ingredients or something, but in America, it's just like they're not using like real potatoes. They're not using like real meat.
Well, here's my point. It's really like a big trick. A McDonald's burger is not good. We're just conditioned to taste that taste we've been tasting since we were 2 or 2nd grade, whenever we got it.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. It's like embedded. Yeah,
it's embedded in your taste buds. If you go,
it's part of American culture. Let's say,
if you go to any decent restaurant, you'll get a burger that's 5 times better and close to the same damn price.
Bro, McDonald's is like Coca-Cola. It's like these things that are just part of like American culture.
Why?
Because they've just done phenomenal branding for like 100 years.
Right. Consistency.
Like insane consistency.
So,
and they program you from little, because those Happy Meals and stuff like that, even my kids get like you that little. I've always been blown away by the presentation of the Happy Meal and like the way it makes my kids react. Because I know inside it's the same. It's the same trash burger. It's the same.
I'm so happy you're saying
this. It's a little bag of fries, but the presentation itself,
the packaging,
dude, makes like your kid's face light up, and then you want to get it for them all the time.
And guess what? There's ways to do that to adults. There's ways to do that to different demographics of adults. You treat women different than you treat men. You treat this type of girl.
I just don't like the idea that you're kind of like saying like the product doesn't even matter sometimes. Like, that's great.
No.
Like the packaging like overrides
the product matters, but in building a business, you have to go through every part of the funnel. So we can't even talk or even think about product, well, when the product's done, right? But it's the packaging of your brand itself before we even open the doors. What is this?
But this argument can be made for music too. Like, this McDonald's argument can be made for anything, honestly, because there's extremely successful artists that like killed numbers. Let's use Drake as an example, right? Because there's some people that think he's like insanely mediocre, and I've thought that for like a long time too. But then there's some times where he got like bangers here and there, but it's like the consistency has been so crazy, the marketing has so crazy, the presence is so crazy.
This is a bad take.
No, but this is like a
his results prove that he's not mediocre.
Dude, there's a lot of people that think he is though. Like they don't understand. Like this is the whole Kendrick Drake kind of beef thing. There's a lot of people that think he was never that great. You know what I mean? But it's great marketing, great branding, consistency.
Those are the fringe part of society who are older now. That's all that is.
Okay, but you're giving an opinion. I wasn't really giving an opinion.
I'm not. I'm giving a fact based on numbers and performance.
Dude, he's insanely successful, and
why?
It's been consistent
because more people are consuming his music than almost anybody else on planet Earth.
You say the same thing about McDonald's.
No,
that's why I'm using that as a parallel.
Yeah, but
McDonald's, more people are consuming McDonald's anywhere on planet Earth.
That's a good point.
Like that's what I'm saying.
It's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in music, I see that same kind of parallel. Like if something's consistent, packaged really well, branded properly, and it's like you kind of get those results too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I guess what I'm trying to get to is like branding king.
Say it again?
Is branding just king, like even over product sometimes?
Oof. You're talking to someone who brands and markets, so like yeah, I think it is king.
Look, even over product though, even over quality of product.
I mean, how many trash things do we buy?
Right.
Over again.
And I've that's what I'm saying. And I've listened to music that's just like phenomenal and like nobody knows about it. Because it's just not like, it might not be on a major label.
Let me ask you a question.
They're not consistent. It's not branded properly.
When you go to the grocery store and you need
I'm the worst example for anything, by the way, because I don't fall for any marketing or branding. Like
so you buy one ply?
Like I'm tapped out of the matrix.
So do you buy one ply toilet paper or two ply toilet paper?
I buy whatever the better quality is, but I don't like pay attention to brands though. Like if it's store brand and I could get the same quality, you know how like
I feel you, yeah.
You know how like you go to Walgreens, like you could get the Walgreens brand and it's like $10 cheaper all the time. Like I'll get the Walgreens brand. Like I don't, because the ingredients and the everything's the same. You're literally just paying for branding. You know what I'm saying?
And with toilet paper, it doesn't matter.
There's a lot of things. You're literally just paying for brand.
I mean, that's with most things. But once you take it away,
that's when your parents buy you the cheaper cereal and they're like, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but nobody knows your toilet paper is a different brand, right? So for instance, like the people that do spend extra money, they're willing to spend more money on this coat versus that coat because this coat has the name. It's because the brand was so good at marketing, being consistent, being worn on the right people to show you this elevated sense and perception of luxury that now.
That's what I'm saying. This conversation is yucky because like, bro, branding is like, dude, I can give so many examples of how like branding is king. Like, and I hate that it is.
Yeah, but the only reason you feel like it's yucky is because you're only seem to be talking about it in a negative. It's like a knife. You could use it to cut an apple and save people's lives, or you could chop somebody's head off. Mm-hmm. It's just a tool. It's how you use the tool.
I get it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. No, you could still focus on quality and like, you know what I mean?
So boom, let me bring it back. So, okay, your real estate, how many places you are. If everywhere somebody looks, you pop up again. Like the realtor who has his face on every billboard, on every turnpike and every parkway in New Jersey, you're like, bro, he got to be doing something right. He has 700. He's just everywhere. So I don't want to tell people to over create content, but you should, as many places you could put yourself, it makes you seem more legitimate.
Right.
What was the first one we said before that?
Visual.
Well, that was when we were talking about hooks. But yeah, how you look, your brand. Like, you don't have to be perfect right away, but once you like something, how you look or where you were, like, damn, I did this one video in the library and everybody loved me being in that library, and it like that became my backdrop. Mm-hmm. That became my vibe.
That's a problem that I have. Like, I feel like I get bored. Like, again, I would think I said this on another podcast. Like, I feel like I get bored with a format, even when the format is like sort of working. It's just like producing the same content over and over again.
Do you get bored when you go to work and get paid all the time?
I've always had like.
Do you get bored where you have to pee and you go relieve yourself 5 times a day?
Okay, let me try to like put it in a way where you like relate. Because how about what if a song is successful that you have and they're just like, give me 10 more of those and just make the same song all the time? Is that inspiring? Are you going to be driven to do that all the time?
No, because we're stupid. We're stupid, creative, passionate humans. Instead of saying, yes, if I make this song 9 more times, the rest of my financial future will be secure, and then I could go make all the weird music I want to make.
Right.
That's the problem with passionate creators.
Right.
We want to do what feels good, not what works. One of my biggest weaknesses is I love creating so much. I'll do something that literally grand slam, knocks it out the park. And instead of me just doing it again, I'll be like,
you're just like, been
there, done that.
And they just move on to the next idea.
What?
Yeah. I do that all the time with content.
It's terrible.
Because you could and the reason I'm bringing this up is because all the points that you're making about consistency and formatting and having a certain look and a certain vibe. And we could just wake up and produce that over and over and over and over. We're kind of doing it with the pod now, you know what I mean? But I don't feel like I do that enough in my own brand. Like I switch it up too much just because I get bored. Personally.
You know what's funny? I think you switch it up too much.
Really?
You might not be, because remember, and this is why I love other people looking at, someone, I don't want to say expert, but somebody else looking into your content and giving their opinion, someone who knows a little bit more about content and how it works. Because a lot of times you think you're sounding or doing something a certain way. And it's like, because I don't feel like you feel about your content.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Oh, I feel
I feel
kind of random sometimes.
I get more excited every time I see you be more random.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, oh, he's outside doing something. Oh, he's over there.
Right.
But if you're just in the studio, it's like, I kind of know where this is going to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. What are we doing now, Gabe? Making a new drum pattern? Like,
yeah.
It's like, but like,
playing with the EQ again. Yeah.
Right, but it's also we did the grand finale for this podcast. Mm-hmm. That's not the last form, but one of the most important parts of legitimacy, or the perception of being legitimate, is attaching yourself, aka your brand, to other things people already know, like, and trust, or other people.
Attaching yourself in like what way?
Like I just said, I get more excited when you're out and about. So you could be in a studio and you could be the greatest engineer or coach, musical coach of all time. But now you're out with all the goats and the greats of hip hop. Because you're out with them and you're seeing with them and you're teaching in their schools and you're working with them, you're attaching yourself to hip hop legends. That may automatically gives you legitimacy.
Got it. So, okay. So that pertains to the original point.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you're standing next. Oh, yo, you should check out my boy Gabe. He makes really good beats. Oh, yeah, cool. I'll check him out sometime. I can say that for 10 years. Now you do a song and you make a beat for Drake. I'm like, oh, you should check out my boy Gabe. He just made a beat for Drake. He's pretty good. Yo, he produces for Drake? Yeah. He must be legit.
Right. A brand association. That's what I got. Yeah.
Brand association is, and you could be crap. You could have just made that one beat out of 1,000.
That can actually like expedite your whole process sometimes.
That's why people pay for that sometimes.
Right.
They pay to be on this radio station because, whoa, I heard the commercial on Z100. Or they pay to be on, I saw that's why they paid $5 million for a Super Bowl commercial.
Right.
Because if you're playing during a Super Bowl, you're super legit.
Right. No, I get it.
So attaching stuff that's already loved, known, and trusted, they're automatically going to attach that love, knowing, and trust to you. Even if it's a little bit, it's going to attach you even more. Yeah,
because if somebody huge that's very successful trusts you to do something, some service or something like that, of course they're going to be like, oh, okay, then this must be legit, you know?
Yo, J-Lo trusts him to be the dance coordinator. Why wouldn't I trust him to be the dance coordinator?
Right.
That's J-Lo. I'm Timothy.
Right. No, it makes sense, of course.
So brand association is crazy.
Right.
Like if we were sitting here right now and we had, even if Gary Vee was here right now, they'd be like, oh, if he's even sitting in between these two guys talking about content, they must be somebody. I must be behind. They must be new, fresh, what's popping. I must be behind. Let me follow them both and see what's going on. This is bugged out.
Right. No, I get it.
So that's why I tell people, like, when they get stuck in their circle, like, the fight isn't only you consistently making content and getting better at it. It's also connecting with the other humans. AI can't come off your computer and walk around and shake hands and become friends with people and network.
Right.
And that's where the people with those tools and those communication tools outside or from in front of your computer are going to kill everybody else.
Right.
Because I could say, hey, I'll meet you over there in 30 minutes and we could talk in real life. And I could tell a joke about my dog and you'll like me.
Right. No, I get it.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, like even when I, the very first post for the restaurant, right? The restaurant was a building that's already been there for years. The building already had a restaurant there prior to being flooded and closed for 2 years that had a name to it. The town, so that's the building. The town is Asbury Park, which is an iconic town in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The most visited beach we have or shore that we have in New Jersey.
Yeah, I told you exactly where the restaurant is like where me and my wife go for our anniversary like every year. Like that's
right. So you have
right there.
The building has credibility. The town has huge history and credibility. It just being Jersey Shore has credibility. And you're taking this thing over here, and then you're taking my people who follow me for the credibility I already have, and you're combining those.
There's also some controversy too. I think that was great for the posts as well.
And all those things combined is like, yo, super legit. I got 10, 12,000 followers in 30 days off of one post.
Right.
But guess what? Just to teach everybody else, I only got to the restaurant. I only got to that one post because of my consistency over years.
Right.
People trust me because of what I did 12 years ago.
Right.
They know when I do something, it's going to be fun. It's going to be legit. It's not going to be corny because
well, your content journey started with your music, really, right?
Yeah.
Right. And people seeing that, and it was like, this guy.
2014 was oh no, wait, 2010, because my first viral.
What was 2010? Was that Instagram already?
No, Instagram was 2014 for me.
Okay. What was 2010? That must have been
MySpace.
Like MySpace. You were rocking on MySpace like that?
I had 1 million plays on my remix to Sean Kingston's Suicidal. Was it Suicidal?
Yeah.
Suicidal.
Yeah.
I did Homicidal. It went viral. I had 1 million plays on that and 1 million followers.
Oh, you've been doing this. Yeah. If you are viral on MySpace,
yo, I've been going viral since 2010. Yo, viral wasn't even a word in 2010.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know people could go viral on MySpace. That's wild.
Bro.
Yeah,
I was trying to catch up to Tila Tequila. Yeah. They don't even remember that was the GOATs of yesterday.
Yeah. I think I remember that name.
Yeah, she was like the number one for no reason. She wasn't like Beyonce or anybody. It was like she was one of the first people
she
on
had music?
I think so, but she wasn't even a musician. She just did what she wanted. She was just first. It's like being the first.
How do you go viral on MySpace, bro? What was like the algorithm back then? Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
I don't remember. The feed, there was a feed though.
There was? Like,
yeah. Because you go to your profile and then there was some type, I don't remember, it was so long ago.
Yeah.
But like, I've been learning this since back then. And the funny part is, I didn't even remember that till now, this moment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was the beginning.
No, I can see that though, because like, just you as an artist, everyone has always said like, this guy's great at marketing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can take one song and make it feel like larger than life for like a year. You know what I'm saying?
Legitimately a year.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
And you know what's funny? We're bugging. It makes all the sense in the world. 2010 was MySpace, but what else was it? January 12th, 2010, my birthday, was the release of Music Impossible. So that's Hold It Down. That's I'm Not Leaving Sober. Yo, the first single I ever released was on the radio. ever in my life.
And TV, right? It wasn't Hold It Down like on BET or something like that. Yeah.
The first single I ever made in real life with nothing in my mom's garage was on TV and on the radio.
That's wild, man. Not a lot of musicians have that story, bro. Like, that's wild. That shows you like how good you are. Like, you have a gift for this, for marketing. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I'll never forget. I was sitting in Universal Records in an office, staring across the desk with Sylvia Rhone, who was the president at the time of Universal.
And that was the first album.
And I was sitting with her. It was September at that time, though. And she was like, yeah, I just signed. Yeah, we got Drake, and he's popping right now. This is early Drake, right? But she really loved Kid Cudi. Like, that was her thing. Even though Drake was popping, no, you got to understand, we got this new guy called Kid Cudi. He's going to
I think Cudi was before Drake, right?
Yeah, but they just signed him. And they were just like so big on Cudi. And she didn't really care what I had to say. She was asking me how many Twitter followers I had. I'm like, you want to hear this song? She's like, how many Twitter followers do you have? I'm like, what? Do you want to hear music?
So the industry was already heading in that direction, right?
Yeah.
It's more about like your social media and numbers.
And I remember like she was almost done with me. And I said, hey, just so you know, because you have BET running right now. My video's about to be on, right? They're about to premiere it. She's like, whose video? I'm like, mine. She goes, for what? Your music? I'm like, yeah, the first song I let you hear. I made a video to it. It's premiering right now. She's like, how? I'm like, I know people.
It was on that show too, that popular show.
106 in Park.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
But one of the reasons, I don't want to say one of the reasons I failed, but one of the reasons it was harder for me to grow a fan base is because I didn't have an identifiable brand or sound.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about here.
You never, well, you keep saying this failed thing. I hate when you use that word, but like, I don't think you failed at anything. I think that you move on.
Yo, that's great. No, listen,
I think you move on.
Listen, I'm gonna tell everybody out there.
I think you move on, bro.
In order to move on, you must admit your failures. It's okay to fail. Yo, I had a whole conversation today about this with the whole 50 Cent versus T.I. thing. It's like, bro, or Drake versus Kendrick. You know where Drake went wrong? Admitting failure by acting like he lost. Like Jadakiss went.
No, I think he went wrong by getting into the battle in the first place. Like, I think it was just.
No, I think it's okay to do that, but like when you lost, you should be like, yeah. And
he already lost the Pusha T. That was already like the second, third.
Yeah, but
battle.
my thing is, when you lost, you're supposed to say like, yeah, I lost, but guess what? I punched him right in his mouth. Still, you're not supposed to lose and be like, where are my friends from the industry? Like, no, you be like, yeah, I lost, but I called him sometimes. You saw I called him a couple times, right? You're not supposed to, So like, even though you are right, without my losses, I wouldn't be here. And you have to stack your losses and stand on top of your losses so you can see over the fence.
I wasn't even trying to like flip it into something optimistic. That wasn't even my point. It was more like when we were talking like we're artists and we're stupid and we like just chase the next kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's more like that. There was like a part of you that were just kind of like, you kind of got a taste for it and you were like sort of like over it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I consider that like failure.
I mean, was 15 years a taste?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got like a real taste.
It's longer than we just said 2010. What are the
I know, but listen, but you got record deals, you got real budget, you got, you know what I mean? Like you got big features, your songs playing all over the place. You got a taste of what like the industry was like. You know?
I mean, I loved it. I had fun. But I just wanted to lean back on, forget about what the industry does for you, but I could have built a better independent fan base that would have financially kept me afloat if I would have if I would have known this stuff.
Is that a tighter brand though? Would you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like I have Modi where I'm being what I call myself and just making the music that's coming from my heart.
Do you feel like your brand was too generic?
Yeah, I was in the middle. Like let's say, Gabe, I have a party set.
But I remember you trying to fix that, and then the label wasn't like really letting you do it. Like remember the label was kind of like controlling your direction too. You were trying to fix that.
Yeah, like if you say, hey, Chris, yo, we're in the car, yo. play some gangster music. I'm like, gangster. Let's go the Locks. Let's go 50 Cent. Let's go. You know what to do.
Yeah,
If I say, yo,
gangster, I would go like West Coast, actually.
right, or listen, the kids are in the car, but I still want to play like fun music. I don't want to go too kiddie music. All right, just play a bunch of Pitbull. They like dancing and stuff. Like, you know where to go. But when you say Chris, it was like no man's land because you try to make all different types of
Not
music.
necessarily. You would be where the labels were trying to put you was that Pitbull kind of.
Yeah, but we're talking about what I actually was creating. Like Molly had no dance music on that. I was just making music because guess what? At the end of the day, I was probably more of a producer than a rapper anyway.
Right.
So that's how it was manifesting through my rap. But I just say that to say you don't have to be perfect in the beginning, but you should try to identify some type of branding in your videos, in your logos, in how you speak, because it helps.
But more specifically, I want to get more specific. Like if somebody's watching, you don't. Of course, we know you need good branding, but you're saying like know who your tribe is, so to speak. Like know who you're targeting. That's kind of what you're saying.
That's a little different, and we could talk about that in another podcast. But know who's going to target you. Because if every other week you show up as a different brand or a different person, it's hard to fall in love with you.
It's like the aesthetic. Like it's good using. I know we're talking about social media marketing, but it's good using like musical artists too, because these are conversations that are had at labels, right? Your sonics has to match your visual aesthetic, and it's like you said, it's like a vibe, you know. Like if I want to go Outcast, like I don't know, like if I'm thinking Outcast, I'm feeling like artsy, colorful, creative.
See what we just did?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
You
like,
know the brand.
Yeah, it's like, crazy, right?
Nobody was surprised what Bad Bunny's performance was going to be like. They knew it was going to be colorful, vibrant, island vibes. They knew dancers were going to be there. Like if it was Billy Joel, you'd be like, I'm not sure, probably no dancers, because his music doesn't lend to that. But it's like, yo, you don't have to overdo it, but you should have some. It helps big time, especially when the market is flooded with all different types of people but they all look like robots because they're all watching content. They're all making content the same way. They're all using ChatGPT. So it's like, yo, finding the parts of you, it's still yourself, but finding the parts of you that make you unique and then pulling them out and then spotlighting the things that make you unique.
I also found that too in music, specifically like the fact that I'm Brazilian. Like I couldn't get away from that. Like I didn't even actually like want to highlight that in the beginning, but like the fact, I don't know if it's an influence in my drums, the style of music that I listen to, the way that I look and stuff like that. It seems like when I would go into music meetings or people will find out I'm Brazilian and they want to know more about that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like certain things I couldn't even get away from.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the fact that I'm a DJ and that's really like how my life started. Then they were like, oh, you're a Brazilian DJ. Like, and like, I can't get away from these things. That's what I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
But you unintentionally or intentionally leaned into some of those things and it became how we identify you.
Everything I did in the beginning was unintentional.
Right.
I'm just like you said, like a creative person chasing what inspires you and drives you. Like everything.
But we were also brought up in a time where the world wasn't in our pockets on our phone and we can copy other people. So you almost had no choice but to find you.
Right, but I'm speaking from understanding other people's perception of me. That's what took me a while. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? And in order to understand their perception of me, I feel like I had to put myself out there a lot and just see how people respond and what people are looking for. Like what makes you special or what makes you unique or what makes you stand out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like those things, like, you know what I mean? Like people would always highlight those things, like Brazilian DJ, super knowledgeable, like kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, so right there, I kind of like transitioned into like an educator easily because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Watch this. You're 100% right. And in saying that, if you go on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, hell, if you go to church, if you go to the mall, if you look around, whether you know it or not, you've already created your brand.
That's what I'm saying. And I didn't know, and I wasn't, and I'm just like I wasn't conscious of that in the beginning.
Right. So whether you know it or not, you already created your brand. But if you're unaware of what that is, just because you're living and whatever got organically made, it was made, you don't know how you're coming off. But if you're aware enough to look at yourself and be like, oh, people see me as a sloppy guy because I just throw on this or throw on that, or oh, people are see. But if you're a business or a personal brand and want to sell things online, or even in real life, even if you're not online, you want to be seen a certain way, you got to look at yourself.
It's the hardest question kind of like in the world to ask yourself and have this conversation with yourself. That's why ChatGPT is helpful sometimes, because it's like it'll break you down for you.
I'm about to be off of chat. Too many people say the word. I don't like it. It's not cool. I'm moving to Claude. Claude is the new vibe, but I'm sorry I cut you off.
But to ask yourself, what do people like about me? What is interesting about me? Like, this is like crazy to ask yourself. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, you have to, like you have to.
Or you can just ask somebody.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I got the feedback after putting myself out there millions of times. You know what I'm saying? And then I start to see, even the algorithm tells you though, like when you go check your analytics, you're seeing what people are responding to or what people want to see.
You know what I hate? Oh, man. I don't say hate. I don't hate it, but it bothers me because it makes me feel a bit sad when I'm out and about and people see me like, yo, haven't seen you for years, yo. Yo, how's the music? Oh, yo, you dropping more music? And when I say, oh, no, the most famous question is, when are you dropping more music? Or no. When's the last time you Yo, I feel so bad because I have to let them down. Like, nah, haven't made nothing since the pandemic. What?
Yeah.
The look in their eyes is, what you said in the beginning of this podcast, I was following you. I was a fan. You left me hanging.
Yep. That's crazy.
Even if it's been 5 years, it's like, yo, you left me hanging.
Yeah.
I would have followed you again.
Right.
I was here. I was ready.
Yo, people give me stuff because I'm the music guy. You really like the people, like if people have equipment in their house that they don't need anymore, they're like, oh, let me call Gabe because I know he's always doing something with music. Or I have all these 10 crates of records I got to get rid. Let me call Gabe because I know he collects vinyl and he's the DJ guy. Like, that's what I've consistently been. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wake up tomorrow and tell people, oh, no, I'm off that music stuff, like, that would be like a wild.
Yeah, like if you woke up tomorrow and you start a multi-million tow truck company, people would be like, boo. It wouldn't matter if you made $5 million later. They were like, bro, this is.
But dog, that identity, that character, like I have a hard time. Like, dude, it's like, even for myself, like, you know what I'm saying? You spent so much years chasing that and building that and establishing that. You know what I mean?
So bottom line, your appearance in real life, how you appear online, where you appear online, and how often you appear, all stacks up on how legitimate your brand seems.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're talking like reputation, but outside of social media, right? Like when we were like in the real world, it's reputation, right?
Yeah, it's your reputation.
Yeah,
it's your reputation, and nowadays it's your business. So pay attention to it. Be aware of it. If you can't see it, get help. Have someone help you from the outside to see it.
That's what people like you are.
It don't have to be me. Yeah. I would like it to be me.
Yeah.
And yeah, just be aware. And that's all, folks. Episode 8. We did it again.
How long was it? An hour?
1:13.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I want to try to do an intro. You know what's funny? I think we need to start doing the intros at the end. Unless I have the podcast.
Because you could summarize what we were talking about better. Yeah.
What did we talk about?
You were talking about establishing the perception of legitimacy. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are on episode 8 of Paid to Post podcast. And today, if you lock in and listen, we're going to buy... What was it?
But the perception of legitimacy.
We're going to talk about the perception of legitimacy. How you make your business, your personal brand, or your brand in general look legitimate to your future customers and future clients so you can make your money. We're also going to talk about hooks, and not the regular hooks everybody talks about when you're swiping through TikTok and Instagram. I'm talking about the layering of those hooks, meaning one is your visual hook, two is your audio hook, the music or what you're saying out loud, and three would be the words on the screen. All that and more. Episode 8, Pay the Post. Let's go.